Well, hey friends, how's it going? Well, welcome back. It's a different environment tonight. Well, that's just it. It's tonight. I know I usually do my content in the middle of the day or late morning, as is the case, but I thought, well, Thursday is going to be very busy for me. I have a full plate, and I wanted to make sure I got this video done for this week, so I'm doing it ahead of time. And it's technically Monday, but it's a nice, very mild Monday evening, and there's no outside noises that usually interrupt the video. So we're going to have a nice quiet chat, just all of us together here. And I decided to burn a lantern. I don't burn nearly enough. I love this piece. This is a 1B Royal SGNL. It's a big time favorite of mine. Yeah, I mean, it's a real humdinger of a lantern, I think. I think so. And it's definitely one of my very favorites. Bought it from John DeSimone. Well, was it late 23, somewhere in that? And maybe early 22? I mean, early 22. We're going back further. Late 23 or early 24. But anyways, I'm sure John would know exactly when I bought this lantern. It's all blending together. These years are flying. They're literally flying by. I know the last several months, ever since Halloween, just took off like the Concorde. It's just ridiculous. And I've talked to many people about this, and they are like, yeah, ever since Halloween, everything's just been like crazy fast. Why? I'm like, well, I don't know. It's just what it seems like anyways. But I know we do get busier because of the holiday season. And sometimes we're doing more things and more activities and places to be, places to go. And if you're Christmas shopping, then you're definitely fighting the insanity out there, which luckily I'm not. I usually find anything I want to give somebody for the holiday season at antique stores or whatnot. They give very meaningful or thoughtful type of things. And I'm not a commercial consumer, really, in that regard. I really don't. I mean, big shock, right? It's me. Look at the stuff I'm surrounded by. Does it look like I shop on Amazon? Not really. Anyways, I'm going to share something tonight. And I thought, well, since I came today, I might as well share it today. And you can see it as it is right out of the box, technically. Yeah. So I got this from Robert Emerson. And he bought a lantern. I think I mentioned this in my last video. I purchased something, and I wasn't planning to purchase anything, but he made an offer to me that I couldn't refuse. And I've never had one of these before, so it kind of worked out just pretty well, I think. But he posted a lantern that he recently got. This was weeks ago, last month. And it had a beautiful ruby Dietz 98 No.0 tubular globe in it. It was a deep ruby red flashed example. Was it flashed or was it cast? I think it was cast, actually. I'm sure he'll let me know in the comment section if he does watch this video. I do believe Robert does watch my videos. But anyways, beautiful globe. Regardless if it's flashed or cast color, it's exquisite. And he paid, I guess, a very fair amount for the lantern. And it just happened to come with that globe. And so he was like, I got a lot of these already. I don't need more of this particular lantern. I bought it for the globe. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so I saw the condition of the lantern. It looked really cool. It's kind of untouched and, darkened and dingy looking like I like. So I just made a comment. I was like, wow, even the lantern's pretty cool. So then he sent me a DM and said, hey, I'll sell you the lantern for, shipped price, and it was really, really appealing. I paid under $50 for it, shipped. It was pretty enticing. I wasn't planning to buy any lanterns at all for the rest of the year, but here we are. Yes, I know, but hey, it was a deal I couldn't refuse. It was. But anyways, yeah. Without further ado, we're burning a Royal for something that's kind of similar. That's right. Let's check it out. It's a Regal. It's a Regal. Yes, it's a Regal. Now this is not the manufacturer, Regal, for those who already know. You guys just stay quiet for the class in the back there. For the newcomers, that's right. A Regal was made by, that's right. If you said Wheelin Stamping Company, you are correct. Same company that made the Paul's Leader. And for the bonus round, what was Wheelin Stamping before Wheelin Stamping? That's right, NCL, Nail City Lantern and Stamping Company out of West Virginia. So this is Nail City Heritage. That's right. And for a lot of the people that are just tuning in and also new to tubular lanterns, what are those patent dates on top of the smoke bell about? Well, I can't see them. I have to get... Okay, so the first patent is July 20th of 1880. Okay. And the second patent is June 30th of 1903. So what would those patents be pertaining to? No, they're not when the lantern was made. Not at all. It wasn't made between those dates. No. So 1880 was, what I've been told, is the patent that Nail City took out on the swing out globe plate that the crank tubular has, like this one. I have one right here. One of these bad boys. So this is the 1890 patent. This one's from the 1890s because of the reinforced crease tubes. But this design, this swing out lift design came out in 1890. That's when that was patent, okay, for Nail City. Now the July 30, 1903 patent is, from what I understand, when Wheelin Stamping Company began, when it went from Nail City to Wheelin Stamping. That's right. So that's what those dates on the smoke bell indicate. Now there are no other patent dates on these lanterns. They didn't date them like Dietz did. Whatever Dietz did, a lot of people didn't do. And not a lot of companies felt it was necessary to put a date stamp on a lantern when it was manufactured. That's just something Dietz wanted to do to be extra. Yeah, so when you bought a batch, you could see that it was a brand new batch, or, you know, it was something that they did, and they only did it up until between, like, I want to say, like, 1920 to 1956 or so. And then they stopped doing date code stamps altogether. But anyways, this lantern has a large fuel cap. It's not too early. It's right around, I would say, probably the 1910s. 1914, 15, right around there. I would maybe say pre-1920. Easily. But these lanterns are rather common. They don't get a lot of recognition for what they are, and the pedigree and the lineage that they have from where they came from and what company they were originally part of. Now, as for Paul's Leader, Paul, A.W. Paul, was the president of Nail City. So they honored A.W. Paul, the president of Nail City, with naming a lantern line. With new Wheelin Stamping Company, they wanted to honor the heritage and named the Paul's Leader lantern after him. So now the Regal is just a secondary type of brand name Wheelin offered. I would say it's, I mean, in all intents and purposes, it's identical to the Paul's Leader. Hot blast. I don't think Regal had any. I've never seen a cold blast stamped Regal, so I would say Regal was probably the less expensive Paul's lantern. That's why it was maybe a second line, but I can't confirm that. But it's cool. I mean, it's just a nice piece. Look at that nice patina. It's kind of bunged up. It's got issues. It's not too beat up though, but it's got some little dents and got that nice dark patina. There's no rust. I know the warm temperature light out here is making it look brown, but it's actually more of a gray. It's a very dark gray. And it's just really cool, and has a little bit of a janky look to it because it's been used quite a bit. But anyways, Robert Emerson knows that I like untouched, unoiled lanterns, and I'm like, well, that's a pretty cool piece. I was kind of interested in it before he offered it to me, but I just made a comment about it, and he offered it to me for a very good price. So I'm like, well, shoot, I guess I kind of have to have that lantern, But it's a cool piece. I've never had a Royal, or I'm sorry, Regal. But you're like thinking, well, you got it with no globe? Why don't it have a globe? Well, it had a globe, but he kept the globe because it was a Dietz 98. However, I have no lack of globes, and I have a ruby flashed Hot Blast No.0 style globe that I will be putting in here. Yeah, so check that out. There you go. Look, now it's complete. It's complete now. Yeah. Now, you're probably wondering, well, are you going to light it? Well, I don't know. I could. I could light it. Do we dare? I haven't done really anything to it. Do we find out? Now, I did check. There is a wick in there. There's a wick inside. Let me crank this up and away here. Up and away, my beautiful. Sorry. Anyways, we will put some fuel in here. There is a wick. And it has length, so it'll wick up whatever I put in this fount, and we will see if it leaks. I don't think it leaks. Doesn't look like it would. All right. So let us just, put this cap back down. I mean, it's a complete lantern. Besides, it was missing globe, but like I said, I have globes. It's not the worst of it. Okay. All right. Seems to be oil tight, regardless of the little dent in the crease and the crimp. Yeah, see, there's a little boo-boo here, right there, little oops, Someone's swinging around, and you can tell someone added a custom bail. This is not the original bail, and yeah, they probably swing it along, whistling Dixie as they walk along down the streets, So we'll just set that there and let that marinate a little bit. There's a wick, and it's just about the right height to light. So anyway, let that just sit there for a second. So this weekend, it's going to be a fun weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be going to a holiday party. I don't know. Very special holiday party. It's a company holiday party. No, it's not mine. It's one that my wonderful lady invited me to. And it's for her job. And I'm excited because she says it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of good food and everything. So I'm stoked. And it's at a restaurant that I know very well and love. It's across the street from Warner Brothers Theater. And it's a historic steakhouse. And I've been there many times myself, and it's always a good spot. So I'm excited. And yeah, and then the next night, going to Plains of Fame Air Museum for a hanger dance. That's right. They're going to be having a cool venue at Plains of Fame in Chino in one of their hangars. And Alex Mendham's orchestra is going to be performing. So going to that. So it's a holiday-themed Hollywood Canteen Hollywood Canteen themed hanger dance. So how can you go wrong with that? And of course, I'm going to be putting on a World War II uniform, and so is she, and we're going to have a great time. It's going to be fun. Yeah. And then I'm going to, well, not me, but we will be getting a Christmas tree that weekend. So yeah, and I'll make a video of my Christmas tree because I have my grandmother's antique ornaments that I will be adorning this tree as I did the last tree I got last year. So, great weekend ahead of me, indeed. And you probably, those who follow me on Facebook probably saw that I've been playing with some HO scale model trains. So, a coworker of mine at work, he brought some track in. He wanted to set up a layout on our big cutting table. It's a big table in the art studio. And he got it approved, and he set up this nice track with one siding. And we've been running HO equipment, and some of the stuff I've had since I would say 9, 10, at least 11 years old. Yeah, a long time. So that's very special, and it's fun to run that stuff I haven't ran any HO equipment in a very long time. Last time I bought any HO railroad stuff was like in 2004. It was a Athearn Genesis 282 Mikado steam engine with tender, and it's a great engine and it runs wonderfully, and I'm very happy to have it. It runs very smooth. It's a quality piece, and I got it on eBay back then, and it was a very fair price. Okay, well, anyways, that's kind of the latest and greatest. Now we should light this lantern, see what happens. Okay, got fire. We got a flame here. Okay, lower that. Ooh, horny. Well, I kind of expected that. Look at that flame. Very pointed, horny, pointed. It's a horny flame there. But it's not ghosting. It's not, burning poorly. It's just very horny. Now, the cone, that's the reason that's happening, is the burner cone, is because it looks like it's been kind of flattened on top, and I need to fix the cone. But yeah, there you go. It works. It burns. It burns. That's not bad, actually. That's a good job there. It's a nice little old Regal, No.0. But yeah, I'm gonna probably keep this on the low side. I mean, I could trim the wick on the corners, and that will probably take the peaks away. But still, the cone is part of the flame spreader, and it's kind of misshapen. And the interesting thing about Wheelin Stamping Company cones is that the burner is kind of in the cone. They either snap in or they are soldered in. So separating the burner from the cone is a little bit of a job. And a lot of people don't like to do it because if it's soldered in there, then you'll have to solder it back, or you don't even break the solder because it's original, but blah, 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 blah. There's all different things, but there you go. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think so. Well, friends, a shout out to Robert Emerson. Thank you so much for the wonderful deal and bargain on this awesome Regal No.0 from Wheelin Stamping Company. It's a fun piece. I like it, and it burns very nice, and it has the aesthetics that I really admire and appreciate. So thanks again, brother. Appreciate it. Love it. I'm going to probably burn this through the rest of the night. Just set it on the old TV cabinet and just watch something and burn this into the wee hours of the morning, or late night at least, until I fall asleep. No, I try not to let a lantern burn while I fall off to sleep, but yeah, sometimes it happens and it's safe. It's just sitting there and, no big deal. But it's a neat lantern. I think I got myself a new little favorite right there. Not bad. Yeah. Well, anyways, friends, thanks again for tuning in, and I'm glad that you keep with me. Thanks for continuing to watch the channel. Also, just remember, there's algorithms at hand. So I would appreciate it if anyone that watches this video to like it and subscribe to the channel so I can continue to grow and continue to do this content, because if I don't grow, then I'm just going to be spinning my wheels here. So yeah, and I won't buy anything new to share. So there, ultimatum time. That's right. Yeah, that's right. So you want to see more stuff, then you got to subscribe and share and tell a friend. Tell a friend. Oh my goodness, that used to be a slogan of a grocery store chain that no longer exists. Who remembers Alpha Beta? Who remembers Alpha Beta? I, for one, remember shopping there with my parents as a kid. Alpha Beta grocery stores. Yeah, they were. Yeah, we used to go there. That and Lucky supermarkets and Ralph's. Ralph's, Lucky, and Alpha Beta, and then when Alpha Beta closed, and it became Vaughn's Pavilions. But anyways, grocery store history of Southern California or LA County in general, something a lot of people really probably don't care about. But anyways, thanks again for tuning in and watching this stuff with, I'm glad you guys find it interesting. But yeah, Regals are fun lanterns. I mean, they're technically Paul's Leader lanterns, but they're cool. They're nice. They have a nice style, and they have a nice globe lift. Can't hurt to have one, right? Yeah, everyone's got to have at least one. I know some of you guys probably have multiple. But yeah, this is a nice piece, and I am very happy to have it. So, well, with that being said, thanks again one more time. And we will see you guys in a week, and I will return with the number 10 top pick of mine. I know I went backwards. Usually it's a countdown from 10 to 1, but I'm going from 1 to 10. See, because I'm just a contrarian like that sometimes. I just I do my own thing. Yeah, if it's the number 10, it's a good thing. That's right. Number 10. You see, that's a good score in a lot of things. Like sports, like the Olympics, you want a number 10 when you're performing, and not a number 1. That means you stink. You're lousy. You're right? Perfect 10. That's right. So next week will be the reveal of what I consider my favorite rare lantern, and then I will start another series. I'll figure out what that might be, just to keep it interesting and sharing the things that I have that most of you haven't seen yet or haven't seen in a very long time. All right, friends, take it easy, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.